Welcome to They That Hope with Father Dave and Deacon Bob.
Deacon, that's right.
That's right. I got to get the new tagline right. Oh, and I'm Deacon Bob.
And I'm Father Dave.
And
you
I'm
said,
sure.
oh, you sounded like you forgot something.
Well, there's something about humor and there's something about hope, but I'm sure we'll get to that in this episode.
Oh, so we totally just changed the whole thing.
I need to work on the timing of it.
It's okay. It's all right. You're new to this. I totally get that.
I've got an extra 2 syllables in the intro
I get
now,
that. I get it.
and that throws off everything. So if I just say seeing hope, no, humor,
and hope. It's not going to change anything, Bob.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think we're going to make it through. Just going to dive through. How was Thanksgiving?
Oh, my Thanksgiving was great. It was a little crazy. We had a bit of a COVID issue in the house.
Yes, did.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, and you were surprised I didn't come visit.
I know.
Give me a break.
Dude, I thought you were like, I don't know, Superman. You would just show up and anoint people, and you're like, I'm not coming over.
I didn't exactly say it like that because I texted.
You texted.
Yeah,
that's how
Siri, you read it.
That's how my Siri translates
there you. Go.
I'm not coming over.
Oh, I got a deep voice.
You do. Yeah, it's kind of an angry robotic voice.
Yeah.
It shows something about a relationship with each other. So we moved it to Saturday. By Saturday.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, we did. By Saturday, everybody was out of quarantine. Tests were clear. My mom and Jenny's mom came over. Unfortunately, my sister, who was going to come out, wasn't able to come out because of the timing of it. So that was a bummer.
Yeah.
But at least we were able to do something. And then we decorated the tree, which is one of my favorite parts of getting ready for
I mentioned,
Christmas.
I think last year, I hate decorating trees, right? I don't like decorating.
Is that right?
Totally appreciate it. Love when people do it.
Yeah.
I just don't care for it all. It was kind of an issue growing up. Because
So this has been a lifelong issue.
Oh, yeah, this has been a lifelong issue.
Wow,
absolutely.
okay.
I do not. I just don't like decorating the tree at all. Like I know that at our next friars meeting, we're going to figure out when we're going to do the decorating, and I'm just going to cringe. But like my sister.
Oh, you guys decorate a tree?
Yeah.
Oh.
Of course. So my sister.
Don't say of course. I mean,
well, why wouldn't we?
Well, I don't know. I thought you'd have people that would do that for you.
Whatever. So my sister would put like one piece of tinsel on.
Okay, wait, stop.
Time.
I need to go back to this friar thing.
Okay.
So do you all have your own ornaments?
No, not really. We just have this box that has like Christmas tree lights and bulbs and
okay. Well, no wonder that's so
ornaments.
lame. What's fun about it is that you have your own ornaments that you've gathered throughout the years, and then you go, oh, I remember this ornament, and then you put it on, and oh, I remember when we went to Disney World and you put on your Disney, and it's like a happy
Bob, our
conversation.
Experience. Maybe we could do a live event when we're decorating in the friary because our experience could not be more different than what you're explaining. Now, with that being said, that was our experience growing up. Our Christmas tree was really cool because it was almost all handmade things with the family and that kind of thing. It was not an attractive tree, but it was a very memorable tree. But my sister would put tinsel on like one at a time, and I would just want to throw a handful.
Yeah.
So let's just say that didn't go over very well.
Yeah,
So
I had a similar experience.
But I appreciate it. Like when I walk into a house or actually even the friary when it's done, it looks beautiful and I appreciate it. I just don't want to be part of it.
I got a
that makes me a Scrooge, doesn't it?
a little not that. There's so many other things.
Where do we get started?
My pop was like that. It was one piece of tinsel per branch, and it drove everybody absolutely crazy. Now I just avoid tinsel, so I guess I just can't deal with tinsel. But I have fake trees, and they're fantastic.
That's what I wondered.
They're fantastic. Yeah. I've got one that's got like little LED lights. And it can make it like look like it's on fire, or
that's nice.
It's
Christmas
the spirit.
image.
It's the spirit of Christmas. It really is the spirit.
And
of Christmas.
you have your Star Wars things outside the house. And is there
Yes.
any line that can be crossed that says, okay, these cannot mix with Christmas?
Well, if you go to my house, you're welcome to visit. Just look at my Instagram page. You can see the pictures. You'll notice that my Star Wars are on one side of the driveway, and Jesus, Mary, and Joseph are on the other. So I do have a line.
So they can't be mixed.
I would not put baby Jesus next to Stormtrooper
Okay, here's
Steve.
a question I have. I received last year a nativity scene with Mary and Joseph and the baby Jesus and the animals and the angels. They're all little rubber ducks. And there's a long story about myself and a couple of friends of mine sending rubber ducks from all over the world.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
No.
Wow. Not even let me think.
No, it's just wrong and abhorrent.
I
thought you were going to say like it's Luke and Leia and Yoda, baby Grogu. That would be totally fine.
No.
But rubber ducks are abhorrent.
We're going to invite the readers, our listeners, to chime in and say, is it okay to have a really cute, adorable little nativity scene that children love.
No, you don't. No, you have no empirical evidence that children love this.
You don't have any empirical evidence that they don't.
I guess not.
Score. So that was that. Okay, so I'm
So
glad.
is baby Jesus a little duck?
Yes, he's adorable. I'll bring it in next week.
Please do. Yes.
Okay, but so if I would have known you guys moved your Thanksgiving to Saturday, I might have joined you. But you didn't bother to let me know that, did you?
No, well, you
just guilted me for not coming on Thursday when it didn't even happen, as I find out.
Well, it didn't happen because you weren't coming over.
That's a bold-faced lie.
That's what we decided.
Okay,
we all cried and wept, and that was the end of it.
No, please. Our Thanksgiving was great, actually. I cooked for us, which I enjoyed doing.
I saw some pictures of that
People
on
are
Instagram.
people are very grateful. The friars are very grateful, and I appreciate that. But I really enjoyed doing it, so it was good. Yeah, this is a first world problem. I get that. So I smoked one turkey, didn't inhale, but I smoked one turkey, and it was great.
Thank you, Paul Simon.
Yeah, and so it turned out really, really great. Father Jonathan McAlone helped me with the smoking of it, and it turned out great.
I actually don't know much about cooking. Smoking?
Yeah, you put it in a grill, and we use apple wood and cherry wood to kind of give it a flavor. So it takes a long time. It takes about 6 hours to do it.
Does it taste like a tree?
No, it was really, really good. Actually, It turned out great. And I also did one regularly baked a turkey in the oven, and 26 pounds of turkey. There was not enough left over for one sandwich the next day.
Is that right?
So I realized that
How many friars are there?
We had 16 of us. And I realized that that's not a major issue, but it was a major issue the next day. I mean, I made and you won't know anything about this because you don't cook, a carcass soup with barley, and that was really, really good.
Do they call it a carcass soup?
Yeah, turkey carcass soup.
Okay.
Like I said, you wouldn't know anything about this.
I'm just saying, like, I've never been to a restaurant, and would you like the carcass soup, sir? It just seems kind of morbid.
It was delicious. Actually, it was great. It had a great smoky flavor, all that kind of thing, but not a single turkey sandwich the next day.
Wow.
So we had pizza.
Do each of the friars get the same allotment, or do some friars eat more than others? I want names.
Yes.
I want names.
Yes is the answer to that question.
So Father Jonathan St. Andre had like 2 ounces of turkey.
That's a bold-faced lie right there.
Oh, is that right?
That boy can house it.
Well, I won't even ask how much Father Gregory eats.
He can too. Well, hence we have 26 pounds of turkey with nothing left over. Okay.
He's a tall dude and he runs a lot.
But it was crazy. So we
protein.
got together kind of a movie night.
Oh, what'd you watch?
Hamilton.
Okay.
Yeah, because most of the friars had never seen it. And honestly, it was a lot of fun. But instead of like having leftovers, we had pizza.
Most of the friars hadn't seen it, but they probably knew every line from it because you quote it all the time.
Obnoxious. Did
they finally go, all right, fine?
That's right. No, that's not true. Several of the friars were saying, we got to watch it. We just couldn't find a time that worked in everyone's schedule.
Sure.
So it was great. It was a great, restful, it was a really wonderful
What would you say is the dumbest Christmas movie that you can think of?
Dumbest?
Yeah.
I don't know how to answer that. Excuse me. I don't know. Die Hard.
Die Hard's... I don't know. I don't want to get into this debate here.
We've done it before.
What was the one? There was one with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is already leading in. A Jingle All the Way. Do you remember that one?
Missed that one.
Yeah.
I was talking to some students, and they were talking about the Santa with Tim Allen. First up,
Santa Claus.
They were amazed I'd not seen that film.
Those are actually really good films.
Well, that's what they said too. So I said I would watch them sometime.
All right. Well, we'll hold you to that.
Okay.
You've got 4 weeks to do so.
Maybe you can invite me over sometime.
I will. Maybe you'll come over and not send angry texts.
Okay.
I'm not coming over.
Okay, and real quick, let's catch up because people are accustomed to it. We don't want to leave them out.
Notre Dame.
The Bucks, Notre Dame won. So Notre Dame, they finished up 11-1, which is a really good season. The question is are they going to make it into the college football playoffs? Right now, they're sitting at 6. They may move up to 5. The top 4 go. So this is the issue.
This is the question.
Alabama should have lost.
I watched that game.
The end of that game?
Yeah.
They should have lost.
Yeah.
They had no business winning that game. Yeah. Unbelievable.
But because
and then Ohio State
got
destroyed by
I know.
Michigan.
I felt a little bit bad about that. I don't really. I don't know. I live in Ohio, but I didn't care enough about it. I actually felt happy for Michigan in its own way. But I have a question because so football, it's not just your record. There's like a group of people that vote.
Yeah, for near the end of the season, there's 4 teams that make it into the playoffs.
So the fact that Alabama almost lost
could affect them. My guess is that they're going to drop to number 4.
Okay.
because they've lost to one team, to A&M. A&M wasn't ranked at the time, and then they just about lost to Auburn. But they're going to lose to Georgia this weekend. So oh my gosh, this next episode, the next time we get together,
yes,
if Alabama loses and still makes the college playoff,
it's rigged.
This podcast is not going to be filled with hope.
Is that right?
It's going to be filled with
they that despair.
They that see that it's rigged.
Okay.
is what it's going to be called. So get ready, folks, and hide the children because it's not going to be pretty. Yeah, and so Notre Dame won, Denver Broncos won, and your Bucks won. Although
my Bucks
at halftime,
won. That was a huge win. It was a comeback from behind. They showed resilience, and because the Colts are no joke. So that was a really fun.
No, yeah, and Carson Wentz had a good game. I kind of like him.
I kind of like him too.
Yeah.
Good times. All right.
Cool. We
and
got a
now.
promo? Oh, that's right.
Right. I want to speak for a moment about fine arts at Franciscan.
Lovely.
The fine arts are an integral part of our core curriculum, which teaches students of all majors to analyze epic, dramatic, and lyric masterpieces of literature to reveal theological and philosophical truths. Students can also pursue bachelor's degrees in theater or sacred musique and obtain a narrative arts minor or a music ministry minor, a program that yours truly directs. And they can express themselves with classes in drawing and painting and take courses such as a Catholic worldview of media. For a taste of the fine arts at Franciscan, you can watch this semester's main stage production of Shakespeare's Richard III by going to franciscan.edu/Richard III. Well, I've got to read it. I mean, it's like, so literally, it's like franciscan.edu/.
Nobody's going to watch now.
You have to do Richard III. So not the third, just III. The link is not case sensitive. Oh, so you could do capitalized or lowercase size. This is important
Get
information.
To know your copy.
Just type in franciscan.edu/Richard III. Franciscan U. And thank you for supporting Franciscan University, the fine arts. You didn't even interrupt me. You were like mesmerized. And you stayed here, too.
Mesmerized is not the word that I would have used.
Is that just when you take your coffee break?
Yeah, it is. It is. I kind of just... No, that was... as I was listening, I'm thinking, is this... Like, are people going to say, gee, that's where I'm going to go to study fine arts? Because they should. So,
well, they should. I mean, did you hear, like, the culture? The culture was oozing out of the microphone.
We received something in the mail, and we may have to cut this, so...
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but I was told that we were supposed to open it up.
It's been opened.
It has.
Oh.
Let's see here.
All right.
It says, They That Hope podcast with a really nice card of Our Lady.
That is a nice card.
It says...
Hold up the card for the viewing audience. It's very
it's
pretty.
of Our Lady. It looks like the baptism of Jesus.
Yeah. It says St. Dominic on the back.
But that's weird. I don't know.
Are they roasting you because you're Franciscan?
My husband and daughter and I she's 12, listen to your podcast every week. You make us laugh and bring us joy and hope. Thanks for the good work. We found this at the store and thought it would be a perfect for you guys in your podcast. Happy Thanksgiving. This is going to be interesting. Father Dave, so glad you got back from Austrian plane debacle, as am I. So we're opening this up, and oh my gosh.
Oh, this is staying. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So for those of you listening, it's a massive baby Grogu, also known for the uneducated
Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda.
I knew that. This thing is fantastic.
And it's like, how do you describe it? It's got huge, awesome eyes.
It's
so soft.
We'll post it on our link.
It is a beautiful thing. Oh, it's
Rachel,
so soft.
Paul, and Lydia Larpentier, thank you so much. Give it over here.
No, it's to me.
It's to us. This is not going to be good because we're going to fight over it.
We're going to have to like get custody rights.
He's going to start in my office. He's going to be in my office for today. This thing is fantastic. You guys, seriously, first off, it's really, really thoughtful. Thank you so much.
Oh my goodness.
It really is. You do not let your son see this because if your son
once he goes to my house, it's over.
No, then it's not going to your house.
Oh.
No, we'll put him at the nativity scene in Christ the King Chapel.
We'll put him in the manger, and then
that's right.
And then we can see how appropriate that is.
That's right.
Well, and that's so much cuter than a rubber duck.
That really actually, you're not wrong.
Thank you for being honest enough
Seriously,
to admit
it
that.
is so, honestly, it really is cute. Thank you so much, you guys. We so appreciate it. And this is our first Christmas present.
I think it is. Well, there was that little stealth, the abiding together people like dropped off like mugs and stuff.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as thoughtful as that.
And there was some wine
And that's
in
a
that.
shout out to abiding together to give us more thoughtful gifts, by the way.
There was some wine in that, though, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah, there might have been. That's always
Maybe there's some wine hidden in this guy.
Just dig into it.
Come on.
Just get a knife and open it up. I'm sure it's like...
that is so adorable. Although it does raise the question about shopping for Christmas.
Oh, man.
Like,
And
our lives are just so different.
Right.
Shopping for me will take...
Another black robe. What does Dave want?
Yeah,
A black hat.
5 minutes. It's just so. But for you, I mean,
Well,
you give
because
this,
all your close friends also have vows of poverty, so you don't really give. You can't give. Can you give something to another friar, and they're just like, thanks.
we
put
do.
it in the collection.
I think we have like a $20 limit, and we buy a gift, and it's kind of a white elephant type gift, and mine is always great.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Why don't you share some of your previous white elephant gifts? I don't want you to ruin this year.
Well, what I do, and I've done this for years, it's stuff in Father Dave's room. So people give me a lot of things when I'm traveling, that kind of thing, and I share that with the friars. So it'll be stuff that I get on airplanes and. Yeah.
So they can just walk into your room and get something?
No. I put it all in a box. I'll have about 15 or 20 different things in a good sized box, but one or two of them will actually be nice. Like I'll put in something maybe that I got from the Holy Land. So they can't there's kind of this guilt that they can't just give it away because there's something nice in it. But then if you take one, you have to take it all. So that's kind of what my gift is.
So just a note to everybody that has Father Dave visit them.
I knew this was coming.
When you give him that wonderful gift and you think he's going to love this, he's going to give it away.
No, that's not true. And Baby Yoda is never leaving. I'm holding him
I was going to say,
now.
if he ends up in a freaking white elephant thing, I will hunt you down.
I'm telling you right now, Baby Yoda will never be in a white elephant.
Okay, just call him his name. It's Grogu.
In truth be told, I don't think it's ever anything that anybody's given me. It's things that I've acquired. Like when I'm at a conference.
Is that also known as stealing?
At a conference, they give at a conference, they'll give you like a travel cup. Like I've got probably 20. In fact, I have one in my office for you.
You probably have a lot of
I've got
shampoos from hotels that you never actually use.
Okay, that wasn't funny. But what I do is I collect them and take them and give them like at homeless shelters and stuff. So I have a bag of probably 100 shampoos and soaps and that kind of thing. So how do you feel about that now?
It stopped me from laughing.
That's what I thought.
It was a good one. I was just
That's
like, you mentioned homeless.
But I do have a mug for you in my office.
Does it look like that?
No, it says Guinness.
Oh.
Yeah, if you want it.
Well, yeah, you can give it to me.
All right, I'll give it to somebody else. Okay. So what about shopping? It's stressful for your family. Or just stressful in life?
Well, it's stressful this year because everybody's like, supply chain. You know, you won't get presents for your kids.
It's just an excuse for everybody to get things late. Like I told people I was supposed to do a report. I said supply chain. It'll be late.
It is a little crazy, but like this year, I don't know. I don't know if it's more than usual, but I know like my wife was more anxious than ever about, we have to do all our shopping this weekend. But we're like online shoppers, so it's not that
How much
crazy.
of your stuff's online?
Well, I would say about 70% of it. We try to hit some of the local stores. Like we really like our local Hallmark store. You know, we like Catholic to the max. So there's like some like local mom and pop stores nearby that we always try to. Like if I'm going to get an ornament, I'm like, no, I'm definitely going to go to Suzanne's Hallmark. By the way, a promo, Suzanne's Hallmark. It's a great store. And so there's things like that we'll say, no, we want to get them at the store because we want to support those people. But like stuff that...
I like to support local stores too.
Yeah, but stuff that I would get at like Walmart, I'll just do it online. Or, you know, Amazon has a lot of stuff that... And then to be honest, I guess it's part of the reality of life is those big stores kind of shut down the smaller stores. So like some stuff that we want to get, we just have to get online.
Yeah.
You know, these days. So...
Yeah, gift
Why don't you
cards.
face Grogu to the audience?
Okay, gift cards. Are gift cards okay?
I think they're okay. I mean, I wouldn't give them to my kids so much.
Okay.
Because as a dad, it's almost like, well, that's my life anyway. I mean, I'm just giving you stuff.
Yeah, 90% of...
Okay, we're going to put him down. There's no way in the video shot that's going to work. Just put... Sorry, for those of you listening and wondering what's going on,
Apparently.
Father Dave is trying to position baby Grogu
Okay, apparently you don't love him like I do.
No, I do love him. I'd love him on my side of the desk.
He's on my side, and
I
he will
can
always
tell.
be on my side. Yeah. So I would
You only
say
saw one freaking episode of The
Nine-
Mandalorian.
95% of the gifts that I buy are gift cards.
Is that right?
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
because I don't, and I
Well,
get,
that
like I
make-
said, I don't buy a lot.
Yeah,
I
no, that
guess.
makes sense.
Yeah,
I mean, you're generally a cold and impersonal person, so
Yeah,
that's fitting.
it fits.
Do you
There
even
go.
sign the card, or do you just have somebody sign it for you? Maybe
I
your secretary.
I ship it from Amazon.
You just send an email.
Send it to them.
There's $20
From
to
me.
whom it may concern.
From me.
here's a code for $20 on Amazon. I love you,
Indeed.
whoever you are.
But it's funny, when I went shopping for Thanksgiving, I expected, because everyone's saying nothing's available, blah, blah, blah. Everything was there.
Yeah, there's a lot of things available.
I was not, everything I needed was there. I was shocked. In fact, I got the turkeys early just in case. Well,
Yeah,
I had to go
we did
get
that too.
something. I had to get something at the last minute. I mean, there was 100 turkeys, so it's ridiculous.
Well, even on Tuesday when I could see Thanksgiving wasn't going to happen so much on time, I told Jenny, I'm like, just go turkey shopping on Friday. There's going to be so many sales.
That's right.
She's like, no, they're going to run out. They're going to run out. I went to the store on Friday. Yeah, they did not run out.
I know.
They did not run out. It's all part of the craziness of it.
I don't understand it. And then I've seen in the email or in the online and news, there's a new variant. Omicron. Sounds like
It sounds like an evil transformer.
Yeah, it sounds like one of those movies that you watch.
Yeah.
Like a superhero movie.
Well,
or
and I had to
something like
deep dive a bit to get, just to find out, like, so what are the symptoms? How bad is it? And at least so far, like, fatigue.
that, which is me 80% of the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, I know. I mean, I hope it doesn't escalate into something serious.
I do
I remember, like, the comment I read, it was reading from a doctor in South Africa that said, well, nobody was hospitalized. They were tired. They were feeling ill. And then they got better. And then they said at the end, well, though we're concerned about the elderly and people with immune issues. But aren't we always?
Yeah.
Like with everything, whether it's flu or other stuff.
Yeah,
So
they were again, and people can find everything, and we don't know. We'll wait and see. Please,
Yeah.
Lord, we hope it's not bad. But they
Yeah.
were talking to a physician in London, and they said, it's right as of yet, it's not a major issue.
yeah.
But one of the things, and it's just the media. Again, I don't want to underline because it may turn out to be something significant. But you read the headlines, and it's like half the world will die by Omicron.
Right.
If you haven't been killed by the first two, this one is
That's
going to
right.
get you.
And even if you got vaccinated, be afraid
Yeah,
again.
it's just it's all clickbait. I mean,
Yeah,
it really
it
is.
really is.
They want you.
Well, they
know.
were ready. Like they practiced these things. They were like, okay, when the next variant comes out, here's our theme music, here's our imagery. I mean, they were just chomping at the bit for the first sign of another variant, and then boom,
Share that text that you sent me about the smoke.
Oh my goodness.
Just tell it. It's easy to tell.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah, my phone's recording right now. Yeah, it was. What was it? It was a Babylon Bee with the white smoke from
the Sistine Chapel.
And it was like they've named a new variant.
Yeah, they said smoke has come forth from the Wuhan lab, and they've named a new variant. Again, it's just it's
You
one of
kind
those
of have
things.
to laugh though.
Well,
at
it's
some
just one of the
level.
things I just get frustrated with the media as much as anything.
media,
I mean,
yeah.
they're making all these claims and they have no idea yet. Now, it may prove, and maybe it's best that they want people to be prepared. I don't know. But what it does is just it instills more. It does two things in my mind. It instills fear.
Yes.
And then also, when things don't turn out, people just don't listen anymore.
Right.
They just ignore it. I mean,
Yeah.
how many times do you have to cry wolf? And I'm not minimizing that people have suffered and it's been difficult in death and all that. I'm not minimizing that at all.
No, but this is a focus on the media, and I would say the media isn't actually trying to prepare anybody. I'm a little skeptical here, but it's just trying to get ratings. It's trying to freak you out. It's clickbait. It really is. Oh my gosh, I need to keep watching the news to hear about the next piece of information
Right.
on this next
And
variant.
what are you or
and
I
yada,
going to
yada.
do any
And
different?
we're just going to sit there
We're not-
watching our television scared out of our pants. And
But the other part is what
I don't know
what
what's
are you-
scared out
what-
of our pants.
I was going to say, what goes on in your family?
Please keep your pants. Please keep your pants on.
I'm terrified. I'm whipping my pants off. I mean, what goes on in your home? Really? I'm glad I didn't come over for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, seriously.
So anyway, that's all going on, and I don't know. It's going to be. Is this forever? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it the new normal?
Feels like it sometimes.
And what makes a variant or something else? I don't know.
Yeah, and they're not going to explain it to us, so just leave us shrouded in mystery. But we are in a season of pub. Oh, before we get to that point, though, a little plug. Thanks for all of you who have been sending emails and shout-outs for my ordination. It's really been such a gift, the prayers and and just the outpouring of love. I released a podcast on Monday, Speaking with Deacons, and
who did you talk to?
I spoke with myself
Sounds like our podcast a couple of weeks ago.
It does actually, and it's going to be even better. I got a few emails saying that was the best podcast we ever did. By the way,
Yeah, your kids are always supportive.
yes, as is Father Gregory. But the what I was going to say? Oh, check out that podcast because I talk about my ordination. I even was able to splice in footage from the ordination, and if you're interested, it's something to check out. That's at my website, deaconbobrice.com.
I like it.
Everything's been rebranded.
How many email addresses do you have?
Well, that's not an email address. That's a website.
Oh, okay. How many websites do you have?
Well, I just have one.
Okay.
I had Bob Rice. You can still get it through that, but it's also
Monsters?
now. That's my email. Don't say it out loud. It's my private email. And Father Dave's cell phone number is.
I didn't know what it was. And you had something happen in the sacristy this week that I had a similar experience.
Oh yeah, right. I was in the sacristy, and so this was my first full week as a deacon, and I'm in the sacristy sitting next, talking to Deacon Ed, and somebody comes in, and Ed's like turned the other way, and someone's like, Deacon, and I like nudge Ed like, Ed, and Ed's like, dude, it's you. I was like, oh, like somebody's trying to get my own attention. It's really crazy, actually.
I remember when I was a deacon, and actually my ordination of deacon was Saturday, which I didn't realize until somebody reminded me. So thanks for the note, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. Wait, this last Saturday?
Yeah.
Like a week after mine?
Yep. Just a few days after. Yeah, a week after. Actually, maybe it was Friday.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Who vested you? Or stole you?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I don't remember. Anyway, go ahead.
I don't have anything.
Okay.
I was
He's
thinking,
gonna do some noise.
What's the noise? That's like, you're horrible.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, that's funny. But so what was? Oh, so I'm in Florida. I did my diaconate in Florida, and a phone call comes in from the mortuary, and somebody died, and they wanted just a very simple graveside funeral. So I took the call, and I said to the priest, I said, they want somebody to do this funeral. Like, who should do it? And they all look at me like, you took the call, you should do it. And it's like, oh, that's right.
I can do that.
Yeah, I can do it. Well, how can I help you?
That's right.
So,
and you did it.
I did. But the first time you do those things, it still feels like you're practicing.
Right.
Like it's a class or a course. And it takes a while before, at least my experience, was it takes a while till... Yeah, it's just so familiar that it's. I mean, interestingly, and I think this was part of how I knew the Lord was calling me, or confirmation was. It all was very natural for me, but it still took a little while until it became so familiar that I didn't have to think about it, and so
yeah,
that's cool, Deacon.
Yeah, amen.
That's good to have you.
It's good times.
Good. So there's one other real quick thing that we were going to mention before we go into the Advent. Okay. And that was to just invite everyone for prayer if you're listening to this on Wednesday when it comes out. The Supreme Court is hearing a case called Dobbs versus Jackson, and it's a state law in Mississippi that outlaws abortion, I believe, after 15 weeks.
Okay.
A couple of things about this particular case. It's the first case that since Barrett's been on the court, so that'll have an impact. But it's also... The courts have done...
And Kavanaugh, too, though, right? Because, I mean, he's also on a
conservative he's on the court. Yeah, I don't know that...
I mean, first pro-life issue with...
I thought Kavanaugh had one, but
okay,
that
maybe not.
That may be. But what's different about this one than any other case is the state is actually inviting the Supreme Court to overturn R. V. Wade. So it's never been that explicit. It's been dealing with other issues surrounded, but part of this is asking that R. V. Wade be overturned. So it's a huge case. So on Wednesday, pray for the court. I just read a fairly long article about Roberts, and he's obviously the Chief Justice. He's generally voted pro-life, but he's also spoke about the precedent nature of R. V. Wade and the tension that exists in that for the court, right? Yeah. So, just keep in your prayers, everybody, and we'll keep you guys posted on how that turns out. We won't know until the spring what the results of it.
But if that does occur, that would then go to states, right? It wouldn't flip it the other way and completely ban all abortions. It would just go to the various state laws.
And that's important. That's important because the pro-abortion people say, you're going to have to go back to the closets and all that. That's not what it would do. It would take it back to the states, which will probably, if that were to happen, and I pray that it does, because there'll be fewer abortions, but it would probably become so it's interesting. You think of states right now that are like red states, Florida and,
Right.
and Texas and what, you're going to see more and more of that it's going to be more and more clear that people want to live in particular states because of things like this. So yeah, just keep that all in your prayers.
Yeah, amen. And as we're praying, it's the season of Advent. It's
It
the
is.
season of hope.
Yep, it is.
They that Advent. That should be the new name of our show.
I like that.
Mm.
I like that.
Mm.
And it's funny because each week kind of the church invites us to particular themes, and this one actually is hope.
Yeah,
so,
right. That works
so I
out
don't know
well.
what we can say about hope that we haven't said
Don't turn in during Lent.
a million times before, but everybody, let's just have hope. Right. But one of the things that invites us to focus in is the second coming.
Yeah.
And that's something that I often, I don't wrestle with it because I know the second comings, but I'm not sure exactly how one prepares for it. So when I preached on
Clean living.
I preached on Saturday, which is the last church day of the year. And
Okay.
and as you call, all of the readings over the last couple of weeks are kind of eschatological about the second coming, and that's not the other. So I talked about when I was walking the Camino, after walking about 450 miles, like you're almost done.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking if I've gotten a car, I could be having coffee here in an hour, right?
Yeah.
But you're not done. And I still had another 3 or 4 days of walking, and nothing changes. You continue to do what you've been doing. And that's what I think. I think one of the things is we prepare for Advent. It's this invitation to reflect on what do we do? What does the spiritual life look like? And my hope would be is that we're already trying to love the Lord, that we're already
Right.
trying to be patient. We're already trying to be faithful. It's like, I remember one time somebody wrote me and it was actually Lent. And they said, for Lent, I'm giving up cursing. I'm not going to get drunk anymore, and I'm going to stop having premarital sex. And it's like, well, that's a great Lenten sacrifice, but I want to go out on a limb. But the same
And
thing.
the question is, but do I have to do Sundays?
Yeah. Exactly. So, but that's just is that it invites us. The church invites us to a time of preparation for the second coming, to focus a little bit that Jesus is going to come again. But what I think that does is it connects us to the Jewish people. Before the coming of Jesus, each year it was always next year. Well, we get to celebrate the reality that Christ is come and he is present, but he is going to come again. So the church invites us to reflect on the way of our life and the way we live. Is it consistent? Is it preparing for the second coming of Jesus and that judgment that's going to come to us all? So a time of preparation, time for hope for this first week.
Yeah, and it's a difference. I mean, we use the word waiting, but I think for so many in our culture, we just, we're so used to instant gratification.
Yeah, we
waiting.
stand in front of the microwave frustrated. It's not
Right,
done.
or we just immediately pull out our phones, and we actually don't know what it means to prepare to wait in many ways, culturally speaking. And I think that's a challenge in our spirituality. We almost want to just discount these, it becomes shopping days to Christmas. We just want to, okay, let's just get through it and get to the moment, get to the celebration. And yet what I love about the church is, Advent, it uses the language, it's a time of joyful preparation, which is a bit different than Lent, which is a more penitential preparation.
But there is a penitential part of
there's
it.
an element to that to
right.
it, but the emphasis is more
Sure.
on the joyful preparation of it all. And what can we do during Advent to more joyfully prepare for the coming of our Lord? How might we take in the grace of the season of Advent? And it's we talk about hope being certain, right? That's what St. Paul says. We're preparing for the coming of Christ with the certainty, the second coming of Christ, with the certainty that we knew the first coming of Christ
Right.
happened. And so we can do that with great confidence and with great joy. And I always find particularly, Advent goes by so quick. I mean, they say there's 4 weeks of Advent. There's rarely 4 weeks of Advent.
There's 4 weeks of Advent
But this year we actually
Yeah.
get it. We get as many days of Advent as you possibly can. No, I guess if Christmas was on a Sunday.
Next year. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Next year?
Yeah.
So this year Christmas is on a Saturday. So we really get 3 weeks and 6 days of Advent. But it's just a great time to prepare. And our prayers are with all of you. Craziness of shopping, family, schedules, all those things. End of school year for me, that's always a nutty time. A lot of students are really busy preparing. We're praying for all the students out there. But just to, in the midst of the busyness, to find Christ there, present.
Right. And we don't want to just add something else.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a busy time, and it's like, oh my gosh, we need to do something for Advent. But just to be able to stop for a moment, just to stop for a moment. Don't do anything. Just stop doing something for 5 minutes with your family and just take a breath. And what is it that the day is celebrated, or what is it that the season, or how do you prepare? But yeah, the last thing we want is another burden on somebody. It's like, such a busy time now. I have to do this Advent
Do another
stuff.
thing, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's more about keeping perspective.
Right. And like you said, is we see waiting as a bad thing. I think the church invites us to see waiting as a good thing.
Yeah.
To stop, take a breath, take a step back. So we invite people to do that this week, focusing on hope and Jesus' second coming.
Amen.
Sound good?
That sounds great.
Deacon, you're going to close us with prayer?
Yes, I will. Jesus, we love you. Thank you so much.
Did I miss something?
No, you did. It was a dramatic pause.
It was.
Well, okay.
I'm a dramatic person.
Well, now I've totally lost the vibe of my prayer. You are a dramatic person. That's also known as a diva.
Yeah, come Holy Spirit.
Yes, come Holy Spirit. Fill us with your love. Give us a deeper insight into the graces of this season. Help us to wait with joy. Help us to see Christ present in our midst, around us, and know the joy and peace that only can come from God. And may Almighty Lord bless you. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen. And thank you for Grogu.
And send another one, because I know I'm never going to see this one ever.
Don't send another one.
No, don't do that. We'll share him. We'll find a way. The lawyers will work this out. Happy Advent!